Hey everybody, it's Benny1 and I'm back at you with another movie review, everybody. And today I'm starting off my review series for the Mission Impossible movies. I did a poll a couple weeks ago on Instagram, and it was the Fast and the Furious franchise versus the Mission Impossible franchise. And the Mission Impossible franchise won like 70-some% to 20-some%, everybody. So we are doing the Mission Impossible movies now. So we're starting off with the very first Mission Impossible movie that came out in 1996, everybody. And this season, American agent Ethan Hunt under false suspicions of disloyalty, and he must discover and expose the real spy without the help of the IMF agency that he works for, everybody. That is correct. This is directed by Brian De Palma, or whatever the fuck his last name is. I don't know. We got Tom Cruise starring as Ethan Hunt, everybody. This is his big franchise. Like, Mission Impossible turned into his big money making franchise, everybody. John Voight is in this movie. He plays Jim Phelps. And then we have Ving Rhames. I may have murdered his last name too. He plays Luther, everybody, and he is a reoccurring character in this franchise, everybody. So this is the movie that started this whole franchise off, kicked it off. It's different than all the other movies, though, I will say that, because this introduced us to the spy world of the IMF and the hidden world of spies that has been going on in all these movies now. This was the very beginning that introduced us. This laid the groundwork for what we would get to see in these movies, you know, going on after this. So, but this movie's very different because there's not a lot of action in this movie. Surprisingly, there is not a lot of action. There obviously is a few action set pieces, but like, Ethan does not fire a gun in this movie once. He does not shoot a gun once in this movie. It's all about the spy shit. It's all about being a spy, being sneaky, using gadgets, using masks. That's what this is about. This is a spy thriller movie. It's not an action movie. And that's why this one stands out from the rest of the movies in the franchise, which is crazy because they're big action spy thriller movies now, for sure. For sure. The one scene in the movie that really sticks out is the Langley scene, where they sneak into Langley to steal the agent's record, the agent's name list, and all that. That whole scene has you on the edge of your seat the entire time. And that scene was a formula that was established and that they kept in these movies, but they built upon. But that Langley scene, like, there's this part in that scene where you literally are watching sweat drip down his glasses, and you are nervous, you are anxious, you're scared, you're worried. Don't let the sweat hit the floor, Ethan. Don't let it hit the floor. You're on the edge of your seat, and it's awesome. That's great writing and filmmaking. I love the cinematography in this movie. I love the angles that they use with the cameras, like when people are just talking to each other. Like, they kind of tilt it at an angle sometimes. I love that shit. It's just different style and everything. So the story is not the best in the world when it comes to these movies. There are things about the story that don't totally make sense, kind of. It doesn't make the movie bad, though, because this movie is very rewatchable. Like, I think it's very rewatchable. I think the whole franchise is rewatchable. And I will say another thing is that the movie kind of disrespects the original TV series a little bit when it comes to the villain and what they decided to do with him. They kind of disrespect the TV show just a bit. I mean, I've seen the original TV show. I wasn't a big fan of it, so that totally doesn't bother me, but I most definitely noticed it. Is that what they did with the big bad villain in this movie? I was like, oh, that's a little different than what they did in the original TV series, because that's what this is based off of. So, especially this first movie. So, but yeah, guys, this is a phenomenal movie, you guys. Like, phenomenal first movie that set up and established this franchise that is running strong still. Like, strong. They like I think after the third movie, they just kept getting better and better and better. The second one, the second one is the worst movie in the franchise without a doubt. But yeah, since the third one, this franchise is hit the ground running and they have not stopped. Like Tom Cruise, you gotta love Tom Cruise. The guy does his own stunts, like he still does today. But back when this came out, he most definitely was doing all of his own stunts for sure. It makes the quality of the movie better when people do their own stunts. So, but yeah, this is a great start to an awesome franchise. I am really looking forward to talking about the rest of these movies. But I'm going to give this one 3 lightsabers out of 5 lightsabers, everybody, because the story is kind of the story could have been better. I would say it's probably the weakest thing about the movie, but for a first movie that set up and established this world that we have come to know and love with Ethan Hunt and the IMF and all that jazzy jazz, it's a good first movie. It really is. So I'm giving this 3 lightsabers out of 5 lightsabers, everybody, for the first Mission Impossible. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.